Hello there.
See? So
What?
much shorter.
We can get you the other chair.
No. No.
Hello there, everybody.
Goes up
He's
here.
just going to kick back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another PlanetSide 2 dev stream. It's been a little while since we've done a stream, but we feel like it's time, and we've got some really cool stuff to share with you. So what are we going to be covering today? We're going to talk a little bit about the performance that we've been working on for a while, where we are now, and where we're headed. We're going to talk a little bit about the status of the TKO server, the Tokyo server, that has been talked about quite a bit for quite a while. We're going to go over some of the recent squad changes that have come to live, and then we're going to reveal some new stuff to you guys.
New stuff.
Oh, yeah. As always, we're going to be doing giveaways. You have to be active in chat to make yourself eligible for those giveaways, and I will call out whenever those are going to happen. The winner will also announce each of the winners as they're chosen. Then at the very end, we're going to take some questions, and that'll pretty much wrap it up for this stream. So why don't we kick it off by talking a little bit about what we've been doing for performance?
Nothing.
Kick back and
sure. Yeah.
kick it off.
Are we going to take questions throughout the stream?
Yeah.
Sure. We can do it throughout the stream
Okay.
instead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll-
that.
All right. So, yeah, Roxy's on the moderatorship, so be nice, and we'll gather questions and answer them as they come.
You look somehow more uncomfortable.
I am, because this desk is so sharp. It's like digging into different parts of my body. Okay.
So how are you guys doing? Since our last update, we've had some performance issues that have come up. For some reason, they've just kind of multiple issues sprung up at us, like the malevolent will of some sort of tech god. I don't know. We've been
Called
looking
Forge
into
Light.
it. Yeah, we've done some techno exorcisms. But yeah, so we've been working on some performance fixes. UI and code have been working hand in hand to address some of the issues with the UI showing up and like continually bringing it up would cause worse and worse performance degradation. Things like alerts, maps, the HUD for the cockpits for various vehicles, and the kill cam. And so we've addressed a couple of those issues, most of those, and we're still working to work on that. Vehicle deaths in particular have been called out as something that compounds performance problems as we go. So we're still looking into that. From the more engine and server side of things, we've looked at the way that our scripts are being handled, and previously with some of the alerts we were using NPCs to direct the behavior and then control how the flow of that goes, but we've since switched over to using Lua exclusively for that. We managed to figure out the issues we were having with that. That should be all good to go for that. We're still looking into stuff. In particular, we recently discovered a old vestigial system that's running on the server that we're not actually using and is eating up some frames. So, or not some frames, but some cycles rather. So we're going to be removing that, and that should give us a bit of a performance increase on the server. We also are still looking into the spike in network traffic that we've had. We've got Cortec kind of working on that a bit. Some of our top engineers, as it were.
Top men.
Looking into that.
So the community wasn't really privy to the fact that our network bandwidth got increased, but it was something that's just kind of been in the background for us. You don't really notice it, but outside of that, we know that there are some server issues right now. They're prevalent on all the servers and not just with certain ISPs like it had been in the past.
Yeah, that's right. We also had worked one of the European ISPs. We were having trouble connecting with them, and our players were connecting with them, and we had since worked out most of those issues. I think it was Orange maybe, but yeah. I don't know. We're also, I'm happy to say, working on a massive technical undertaking that will have some performance gains.
And that's all you get to say.
That's all I get to say.
I can't wait to mic drop that stuff.
I know,
I'm
right?
gonna literally bring a microphone next time.
I just have it in giant quotes here because that's literally all we can say about it. But that's kind of where we've been at for performance. We've still been working on features and such, but it's taken away. It's taken our focus, and it's important to work on. So
yeah, we've if you haven't noticed, it's slowed down our feature delivery of content to the game, and while we can still add a lot of stuff on the design side from a programming perspective, we've been dedicating most of our resources to programming or to performance, and that's slowed us down a little bit. So.
Right. No, I mean, just created general instability too, and like
Yes.
not even performance. Like we were kind of reeling from some integrations that we did, and I mean, we've gotten a lot of benefits out of it. Like I mean, our Lua pipeline is just like so much larger now than it was, so we can do all sorts of cool stuff in the future. And there is just a bunch of other code optimizations and all sorts of things. So just stuff that's happening in the background that it's kind of rough now. And like Nick said, it slowed us down, but there's like a light at the end of the tunnel,
Yep.
and we'll be better for it.
Starting to see that light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh yeah, and it's all in the interest of doing cool things and presenting the best possible game we can to you guys, and for us as well.
So that's enough about performance
Yeah.
for now. Let's get on to the status update on the TKO server. So that's something that we've allowed to fall into the background a couple times as different priorities have shifted around, but we've made it a priority again. And I'm happy to say that we're standing up the TKO server right now. It's going to be called Soltech, and we're just starting to run tests on it internally now, but it is set up for the live environment, and we're also running tests to allow characters to be transferred between servers. I just want to make it clear, though, to everyone that's listening, that this is going to be that server transfer technology that is to allow characters to move between the Connery and Soltech servers and back and forth. And at some point, we would shut that off. That's the plan right now. There's a lot of ifs and what ifs that are involved with testing that right now, but there's a plan that we're putting into place for it that mostly doesn't allow a ton of work to be done by like our customer service department, because they wouldn't have the amount of bandwidth that's necessary to like take tickets for doing server transfers. So, but yeah, I'm happy to announce that, and hopefully there's a lot of players in the Asia area that are going to be excited about being able to play PlanetSide with a much higher ping.
Much lower ping.
Sorry,
Much better ping.
yeah, much higher performance or yeah. So that they'll be having a lot better time playing the game, and they'll hopefully attract a lot of their friends to play the game. And we're excited to bring PlanetSide to that part of the world again, but
in a stronger fashion than we did before.
yes. So yeah, hope everybody's happy with that announcement. With that, let's bring Garrett on.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Paul.
We have a giveaway that we can do as well.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Would be a good thing.
So yeah, if you guys
Use
want,
this as a nice transition.
yes. If you guys are participating in chat, then it makes you eligible for a raffle. You can type anything. Bang raffle is one of the things people like to type.
See you guys later.
Nice things about Rel, about Roxy. All of these things make you eligible. Might even improve your chances.
It doesn't. It literally
I think it
does
does.
not.
I think it does.
Whatever.
Hello.
Hello, Garrett.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah. And Garrett's just naturally taller than everyone else, so this is kind
Sorry.
of the thing.
I'm slouching. I'm trying to give you a little bit of. There we go.
I mean, this chair is a little bit taller, but
Yeah, it's okay. I'm fine.
So, Garrett, you've been working a lot on the squad system that we just put out to live.
So a lot of the stuff that I've been working on in the background that's been sitting on our main environment, a lot of improvements on the squad side, including working on, I guess, making fire teams more robust by tracking leaders and adding all new options for auto-balancing the squads, squad beacon access, changing, the waypoints around, just all new controls for like mentor squads and all sorts of cool stuff. But
it's there's a lot of quality of life improvements that came across in the squad update, and also we're trying to build out the system like intentionally. We want to do more with squads in the future, so it's the squad system was kind of unwieldy too. Like fire teams are they were kind of an afterthought. And actually, what's kind of interesting is that if you look back in the history, fire teams were a much desired feature. Like way back, we're talking about a couple of years, few years. So they were added somewhat hastily, I believe,
Yeah,
just based
no,
on the code, but then nobody used them. Like nobody used fire teams. So we're trying to build it out to give you a reason to use it, make it easier, make just give more power to squads in general, both in being able to lead your squad. I mean, we put out the mentor system last update as well, and the mentor system it's kind of cut and dry. Like you have a stripped down squad, and new players kind of filter into that system much more, or into those squads as a priority, and it's mostly for people who have an interest in helping new players learn the game. It makes it easier for them to do that, and there's also features that we want to build into to mentors moving on too. But do you want to go to gameplay footage?
Yeah, let's show a little bit.
Left PC, this is yours.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yeah. I just dig that weapon. All right, so one of the features that we had added, actually this one is not. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't make him fire team later.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's only 2 of us.
No, that's still sitting on my machine at the moment.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well then, fine. But next next update, we're gonna have the ability to also show who the fire team leader is, and the ability to change your fire team leader. So they'll have a nice little icon of the suits next to the name, and so fire teams. There's now no such thing as not having a fire team. That makes sense in my head.
I don't follow.
So you're always filtered into a fire team now. Used to not happen. So when new players enter squads, they'll be filtered into a fire team based on which squads need the population needs to be divvied up. And now, just as of the last hotfix, we added the ability to lock a fire team. So if you don't enjoy the auto-filling feature, players will just filter into not those fire teams. So kind of a harken back to what we had before the update, but just in terms of giving you more power. We also did fire team beacons for all players. Like all players can have a squad beacon now. And oh god, there's just so much. Yeah. New squad waypoints. And actually, I'm gonna throw in a spades here. Can you put down a new waypoint?
Sure.
I was pointing to my screen and I have it up on your.
Yeah.
We gotta be better about that.
About what?
We gotta be better human beings. Here we go. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about everything I just said again.
Okay.
Drop it.
Dropping it like it's hot.
Okay.
So you'll see.
It's
waypoint.
chroma keyed.
Oh, okay.
Green screen.
It's green on our screens.
Oh.
But it's fine. You can see what it is.
But yeah, as you can see on next screen, fire team leaders can place fire team waypoints now, and that's just like I can place a squad waypoint.
Can I switch it over to you?
Sure, why not? Let's show them the map screen. So you can place multiple fire team. I'm gonna hide these fire teams waypoints when you don't actually have a fire team leader. We'll probably do that in the next update. Revamped all the icons so that they're easier to distinguish. We should probably do some for platoons as well to kind of give Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta some uniqueness for people who are colorblind to make it easier to decipher. Actually, you're colorblind.
Yeah, that's an issue I struggle with too.
Okay.
So a lot of these the color options we have in the game are helpful, but also sometimes detrimental.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I feel bad about not having this change earlier.
You're fine.
As you can see on Nick's screen here, we have a little pip which shows the facing direction of your squad mates, which never used to be a thing. You just used to have a circle and kind of had to guess. So a little bit of just kind of beefing out squads in general. And in the future, we'd like squad leaders and platoon leaders to create missions for people to go participate, and also like creating defensive markers and such. We'll use like sitrep commands and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, and to get a lot of that stuff working, we have to change a lot of the back end for how squads and those structures work, because a lot of it was not seemingly, but it's somewhat of a mess in ways. Like fire teams were a sort of afterthought, and so having to flush out some of those systems and bring some of them to be parallel on different sides of the code requires quite a bit more work for me. But hey, it's all fun.
Yeah.
But we're really hoping to flesh out a lot of the system and really give powers to you guys to just help your faction, help yourselves, and have fun. I mean, really, it's more fun when you're playing with people and have a goal.
Yeah. And like legitimate powers, that's going to be a thing. Just calling in like recon drones and blackout areas and maybe some larger elements. Like there will be more reward for playing in a squad. And that's what we're shooting for in the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else we got?
Did you want to talk a little bit more about anything else that you're going to add to squads, or is that sort of?
Oh, that was most of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of squad powers. Moving
Cool.
forward. Yeah,
Cool.
we're moving that direction. It is quite the process.
Yeah.
But do you just drop down? Don't do the map drop down.
Okay.
Do not do the map drop
Okay.
down. Okay.
So anyways, let's do another giveaway.
My screen now.
Yeah.
Revoked, Nick.
Oh man, I messed up.
Okay. So Simon UK won the giveaway.
Oh yeah,
Last
sorry
time.
about that.
Yeah.
I meant to announce that before. But yeah, let's do another raffle.
Another.
So yeah, just like before, make yourself eligible by typing something in chat.
All right. So I'm gonna address something while we're waiting. Orders chat. People miss orders chat, and unfortunately, so we had added a sit rep command, like you could type /sit rep, and it's not going to work now. But no, actually, I'm not the leader. But the sit rep command, well, you have to be at a base that's actually contested. So go there.
Oh, okay. Well, there's no bases that are contested.
Well, now you should just be able to. Should you be able to cast it?
Yep,
in
you
one
should
that's
just be able to
adjacent?
cast it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's just
as
based
long
on
as-
Jason's
Yeah,
side.
as long as
Okay.
it's an adjacent
Cool.
forward base.
Do that. So go to Nason's Defiance.
Okay.
But the sit rep command was added in place of orders chat. And orders chat was something that it's an unfortunate case of the few ruining for the many. Basically, the ability to give any sort of person the ability to speak to an entire server is a very that's a lot of power. And unfortunately, people were abusing that power, so we decided to pull that back and replace it with something that feels a little bit more, that always has information for you. We do run the risk of it feeling automated. So on the screen you can see that Nikto is attempting to capture Nason's Defiance from NC. Information, right? You do run the risk of, like, if that appears too often, it might be ignored, and that's kind of a benefit that Orders Chat had, was the ability to personalize your message, but again, that also created a lot of trolling. So what we want to do is find some sort of, right now I think is like the happy medium, where we have the setrep command, which it tells you, like, it asks for support, tells you if you need reinforcements or not, which is based on the population statistics in your region, and in the future we'd like to flesh that out even more, excuse me. To tie missions and such to it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, right now you actually need to be physically present at that base,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd like to make it sort of easier to use, where you can just kind of point it out as a leader, just say, hey, I would like request assistance here through sitrep, so
Yep.
say something like the map or
Yep.
whatever, just to ease of access, make
Yeah.
it easier, make it more intuitive.
Gonna make a lot of use of the waypoint system in the future when it comes to squads and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So It's Not Mick Awesome was the winner of the last raffle. So congratulations to It's Not Mick Awesome.
What is he getting?
I'm not sure. What is he getting, Roxy? I think I know, but just to make sure. Ooh, 1,000 DBC.
Nice.
So
Okay,
that's pretty
I can
good.
dig it. Actually, you know what? Today is tomorrow is the last day of our summer event. It's the last day of your infantry 30% off sale. So make use of the DVC now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
buy squirt gun, huh?
Yeah, no, squirt gun is gone. Like after Friday, it's gone. Can't do the directive. Can't get the free flash weapons. Can't get the cool banner that I did by hand.
So pretty.
Yeah, I'm so proud of it. Well,
So
yeah, this is going away. This is all going away. can't you don't get any of that anymore.
Well, maybe it'll be back again next year.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah, new and improved.
I think the squirt gun was pretty popular.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
really dig that. So cool. All right, what's next?
Oh, we
what-
said we were going to reveal some new stuff.
New stuff.
Ooh.
Okay. It is.
It's on your screen.
So if I'm just gonna summon this slash BF4. Sorry. No, that's not a thing. Actually, you know what, Nick? I'm gonna send it to you for just a moment while I set
Okay,
up.
I'll summon the BFR. No, it's cool. There's no BFR.
Or is there?
Or is there?
Yeah. You don't know that there's not a BFR. Oh, this
It's all
better-
a mystery.
Better play it. Oh, you're kidding me. I'm gonna fight. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. Okay, we're leaving.
Okay.
Here you see a bastion with a random harasser on the top of it, and yeah, this. Okay, so I recorded this footage twice. This time it sucks, but the file size is smaller. I was fighting with that all day. Anyway, so now we have what we're working on. One of the things that we're working on, one of the many things that we're working on, is a new continent for PlanetSide 2. And this is the continent of Oshur. It's actually more like, if you look at PlanetSide 1, it's more similar to Sizor, but Oshur is a continent that is going to be mainly driven by multiple islands, and you will not have warp gates on this continent. You are instead going to have access to Bastion fleet carriers, and they will act as your pseudo warp gates. There will be multiple Bastion fleet carriers. Each side will have them. Potentially, they'll rotate around the map, potentially. But what that does is it gives us the opportunity to kind of spread the forces out, and you will be able to attack each base. There's a very limited lattice, less bases overall, more logistical play comes in here. So this is a very 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 like rough like work in progress. This is I think what I'm going to be showing you is basically the result of maybe 4 days of work, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
but there was
solid.
a lot more work just to actually allow you to put that 4 days of work in.
Right.
Yeah.
So much.
But we're past that. But now we can
Yeah.
actually like do work and start fleshing out the continent. Any blue that you see is just marking where water can potentially go. And yeah, this continent is going to be very have varied biomes. One that I'll show you earlier is or later is the crystal forest. We would be running around in this in person, but our environments aren't playing nice, so we'll get it to you in the future.
Next time.
Next time, for sure. But yeah, so Oshur. The some of the lore behind the continent is that, or actually you'll see this represented in the terrain in certain places, is that there is at the heart of this continent some sort of Vanu tech. Is it okay if I like?
Yeah,
you're
it's
cool with
fine
that?
to say it like
Okay.
that. Yeah. But that's
And-
what's attracting the three factions to this place, even
Right.
though there's no warp gates.
Yeah, and actually well, okay, so it's in the water. Okay, I want to talk a little bit more about it, but it
Okay.
has to happen
Okay,
because
okay.
I want to explain. So so there's a submersed Vanu artifact, whatever it is, right? And it's emitting some sort of some energy or radiation or leaking it out into the water that surrounds Oshur. And actually, as the I don't know, the water gets it rains out over the continent, you'll see that some of the flora is kind of it's tainted in some way. Maybe not in a bad way, just changed a little bit. So there's a heavy emphasis on Araxium, and you can see that the trees are very. This reminds me of Ashenvale. Like the trees are, changed, and some of the roots that you'd normally see sticking up out of the ground have these spires of Araxium, and everything kind of, there's glowy elements. Actually, this is all these props are placeholder for now. And I totally need to rebalance some of the glows and the lighting and get the colors and in tune. But don't look at this. Close your eyes. Okay.
You didn't get a second take on that one.
It
Nope,
wasn't
nope.
catastrophic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just leave out of frustration. But yeah, you can see this particular area is realistically it might be too prop dense, but it's it's meant to be somewhat infantry centric, in that you have a kind of a close range fight. It's a little bit more difficult for vehicles to move around in, but most of the majority of the map is very vehicle centric. But yeah, so the terrain is going to change a lot. Different biomes. We're looking at lush jungles and like hot springs, and maybe some environmental hazards. I know. What? You good? Good with environmental hazards?
I'm very good with
Yeah.
environmental hazards.
That's the thing. Okay.
I would love to see more environmental hazards in our game.
Actually, Nick recommended it. I was waiting for a reaction, but I don't.
No,
it's fine.
I'm just like that because that's obviously a good idea.
But community, it's obviously a good idea. But yeah, this island is, or this chain of islands is, the entire continent is the size of Indar, so the biggest continent. You can see the bastions in the air. The visibility right now is kind of it's freaking out, so you'll see things blipping in and out, but and it's also kind of causing that hitching too. So these conditions are very very similar to live at the moment. Sorry.
Hilarious.
I am hilarious. You are right. So, but yeah, that's Oshur in a nutshell. Is we're gonna have an island continent, and you're not gonna be able to traverse around the map very easily, like very air centric. It would be nice if we had like an air vehicle that could like possibly pick up vehicles and move them. Sorry,
Ooh.
I know that's not even on our list. It's not on our list for this year. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So get hype, peoples.
Yeah.
So, when do you think? How much longer do you think it's going to take? Because that's going to be
like a week.
Immediate question
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
going to pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a week.
It-
Something like that.
No.
If it took you 4 days to make a tiny little section
Yeah,
of the
that-
of the world, then,
I was looking at that section of the world again. I told you like 10%. No, that's like 6%.
okay,
Like that little area. That's
6%.
no. I mean, but that's it's
All,
ridiculous.
all with placeholder stuff and
Yeah.
clearly not final.
Yeah, obviously not final. You know what?
No base design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, or
Yeah.
the longest part. Actually, the base design, just for those interested, is so around the map you'll see that there's going to be 3 main facilities plus maybe a 4th in the center there, but and then the Skylance batteries you may have seen.
Don't
seen them
reveal
in the-
too much. All right, show them the thing you're going to show them anyways.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna point out just stuff that they've already seen. Hold on. I gotta scrub to it.
Here, you got to put it on your screen.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
scrub. No. Hold on. Look. Where do I even see this thing? Okay. That's horrible. Never mind. But anyway, so there's going to be Skylance batteries scattered throughout the island, and how you capture it, how you lock the continent, is by destroying enemy Bastion fleet carriers, and that's done primarily by having these like ground like suborbital defenses firing up at your Bastion and kind of taking them out. So it'll be kind of a race to like disable them or keep them online and deal damage to the enemies. And so kind of a very interesting a new way to capture the continent. Still have some design decisions up in the air, but you're going to see a lot of indoor bases for infantry. You'll see some courtyards for vehicles, and again the continent is going to be very open for vehicles in general. So we're going to try to kind of look back at PlanetSide 1 for some of the lessons, and also just PlanetSide 2, things that did and didn't work, and kind of make this continent try to be brave and explore new things, but at the same time move toward what we know works.
Yeah.
And
Well, not to get too far away from what everyone knows is PlanetSide 2, but to
Right.
do some new things that we think are exciting.
For
And
sure.
the main thing that I'm excited about with Oshur is that we're tying lore into the actual continent.
Mhm.
That like it's going to drive the actual sort of alerts and things that you're doing on the continent.
Yeah.
And that sort of all goes as part of like a push that we're making on the lore side of things.
Yeah.
We've, on the website now, you'll notice that we've added a lore section to the website. We're starting to curate and edit the articles that were posted in the past. We're giving them a little bit of love. There's a bunch of articles that were written and never posted, and we're going through the process of actually editing those and deciding which ones to post and which ones not to post. And we're also planning on writing completely new portions of story. And of course, some of that new stuff is going to be around the stuff that we're working on, like Oshur. So.
Yeah. Okay. I got one more.
All right.
I didn't show this to you. Like, yep. No.
No. His
It's
screen.
good.
Right.
We're good.
Wrong one.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at?
I was playing around.
Oh, a
And
cave.
I started working on like a little cave area.
This looks familiar.
What?
It looks like something from PlanetSide 1.
Yeah. Well, maybe no zip lines, but
No zip lines, but
Yeah.
still.
yeah.
Oh, and the Viz is
So.
freaking out.
Yeah. No, it totally is. There's not a whole lot. There's not a yeah. It was freaking out before. It's gonna totally freak out in here. Also, there's a bunch of invisible blocks that you can't see that I'm trying to navigate. But yeah, trying to do again more indoor areas, and this is an example of a cave system that is pretty vast, and just again all the props are placeholdery. So the walls got a little bit glowing, but there's a lot of Araxium going on, and just this stuff seeps through the ground, and it is just touching absolutely everything. So yeah,
All right.
yeah,
That's
fun
exciting.
stuff. Yeah.
So we're actually planning on being very transparent about the progress of the of Oshur, and like actually showing it being created as it's being created.
That's a goal.
It's a goal.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to do some live streaming just so that I can just show just how much of an effort making a new continent is, and it is a very laborious process, and it's a multi-month process for sure. So so you can if there's still some hang-ups, but I want to get the stream going and show you just after hours, because this is something that I really enjoy doing. I like building out using terrain editor, and yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. That is it.
Shall we start? We take a few questions. I'm sure that there's got to be a lot of questions
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 0 questions. No questions.
Well, while we're waiting for the questions, let's go ahead and do another raffle. Yeah. So yeah, just need to be active in chat, and make sure you type something, and we'll be running that raffle in a minute. So with this very sort of island-based and oceanic archipelago, I'm mispronouncing that.
Archipelago,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to say it.
No,
Right.
that's fine.
Are there going to be boat vehicles coming to the game?
Well, as the so the lore of PlanetSide 2 has always been that Araxians just don't know how to swim. So and they're just not. It hasn't been in their presence of mind to develop the technology to deal with water. Sorry, Mag Riders actually used to float along the water,
Oh,
and
okay.
actually you used to be able to just walk underwater in PlanetSide
Okay.
1, but no boats.
Yeah.
I mean, well, if we ever get like water tech, we
never
could,
say never.
Right,
But yeah,
right.
not this
Yeah.
time.
You're right. I am hilarious.
You are. You're cracking us all up.
Yeah.
The winner of the raffle is Hyperion Donor. So congratulations, Hyperion Donor. Let's see if we got the next. Oh, okay. PS4 update. Yes. So the PS4 update has been lagging. We have always made an effort to try to get out everything to PS4 as we get it out to PC. In this case, we've been lagging a little bit, mostly because of the fact that there was this series of hotfixes we needed to do on the previous update, and was clear that those hotfixes needed to go to the PS4, which sort of restarts our entire sorting process. And then the other thing is we're still working on a series of changes to PS4 to help with the stability. With that said, we're very close to a PS4 update, and you should probably expect a PS4 update next week.
Yeah, next week. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good. I think we're in a
Yeah.
good state for it. Whether or not we get the we'll see some performance changes that improve PS4 performance slightly, mostly to remove any hitches that you guys have been seeing that are similar to the PC. But as far as the stability changes, we are, instead of being completely clueless as to what's been causing our crashing, we have a very good lead on it right now. Whether or not that makes it in the next update, that's pretty dicey. But we actually do expect to be making some significant improvements to stability of PS4 within the next update or two. Yeah.
Yeah. People probably anticipated the Doku carbines being showed off.
Yep.
Honestly, we've been focused on other things.
Yep.
Like that's basically what it's come down to.
It's important to us to bring something new to the table with these weapons in particular. And we have some pretty interesting stuff that we are thinking about doing with the next round of weapons, specifically the carbines, and that tech is not ready.
Yeah. Let's see, what's happening with the Bastion fleet carriers? So, on Oshur, well, they're going to be spawn points. So, similar to warp gates, you'll be able to pull vehicles from them specifically. Don't know what that will mean for, like, might just get, I don't know. Don't know if it'll have to be like free vehicles or free air vehicles and that sort of thing. We'll kind of have to mull that out. But there are going to be bases, scattered around. A lot of there will be a very heavy emphasis on construction and spawning at construction bases, but also there will be some like legitimate bases too that players will actually like. It would behoove them to take them over before or just off the Bastion fleet carrier. So. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it right now.
Yeah, it's probably there's a really good chance it changes.
Yeah.
Too, depending on how our tests go, and how there's some pieces of tech that aren't in place yet.
Right.
So, I don't want to get into too many details. As far as there's a question here about the ASP respec system. It's definitely on our radar. It's not something we plan on implementing before the end of the year. And I would expect an ASP respec system to come alongside another round of ASP skills. So basically a round 2 or even another level beyond our current sort of ASP rank system. So that's when that'll happen. It's just, I wouldn't hold your breath for it. Cool. Do we want to wrap it up then?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Well, thank you everybody for coming to the stream. We're hoping that you're going to be hyped about what we're doing with Oshur and that what we're doing with a lot of the other systems that we just talked about today. I just wanted to thank everybody for playing PlanetSide 2. You guys make it possible for us to do what we're doing. Just keep out there on the battlefield, get your friends to play with you, and we promise there's going to be some absolutely amazing stuff coming before the end of the year.
That's not me. That's you.
What?
I'm talking.
Oh, that's promising?
Pretend I'm not here. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's not me. That's you. It should be on your computer, I think. Is it there?
No,
The image? No. The teaser that we're going to show?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. Okay. Well, you know what? It's not on mine. I deleted it. So. All right.
Oh, okay.
There's no teaser. No, nothing's coming. It's just despair, darkness. The birds are dying. And on.
Okay, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, it's fine.
You did it already.
And he's gone. All right, thank you everybody.
See ya.
We'll see you next time. Bye.